Hey everybody, it's Brad with the Big Family Homestead, and today we're going to be doing some field testing. We've got a Kodiak solar power generating system by Inergy that we are going to put through the paces. So without any further ado, let's get cracking. So about a week ago, I did a video that was kind of a review, but honestly was more of an unboxing of this system. And I've had it now for about 2 weeks, and I figured I want to put this thing through the paces and show you guys what it really is capable of. So today we're going to do a little bit of showing you how it actually goes together. I'm going to show you a lot of different uses for it. We're going to show you what power consumption it's taking, and we're going to talk about some pluses and minuses, because this is not going to be a one-sided review. I do have a few critiques. So, first things first, let's show you how I'm all verklempt, I'm excited. Let's show you how the unit goes together. So now to set the system up, it's really, really easy. You take the base camp here, which is built like a tank, I might add. Everything is heavy duty on this system. And you take these cables, which are actually industry standard, kind of funny thing, side thing. They're industry standard for big concerts, like the speakers that they hang for the big concerts. These are Nutric connectors. So they push in just like this, they click and they lock, so they can't come out. Now these cables are also pretty beefy, which I really, really love that I don't have to figure out the cable size, I don't have to figure out, the gauge and how the distances are. All of that stuff, all of the math has been done for me. Now, moving on, all you do is simply click lock the cabling from the solar panels to the Nutric connectors, and then ultimately to the base camp. That blue light's on, showing that we're connected and receiving power. So on a sunny day, I'm gonna get 300 watts of power out of these panels, which is awesome. It's gonna charge that thing up super fast. But I thought it was important to show you that even when there's complete nothing, it's just gray clouds, that we're still cranking out power. So for me, that's a super win. If you know solar stuff, it's really hard to get all them amps and that juice. And so I'm just impressed that it's working even though there's practically no sun at all. All right, let's get to doing some field testing. Oh, but before I do, if you're interested in finding out more information about this unit or Inergy, there's links down below. But I need to tell you, they've got an incredible sale going right now where you're gonna get 20% off plus an EMP proof bag and the car charger if you use our promo code, which is Big Family, and that's down there too. So it can save you a bunch of money if you're interested, if you're in the market. But Big Family is the promo code. Links are down below. Now, testing. This barn, I have wired up 20 8-watt LEDs. So if my math is right, 80 plus 80, you got it. Okay, so 160 watts of power right now. And I'm gonna show you what we did. Let's turn it on, turn the unit on, and bingo, check out that. Now, I'm gonna show you what it's actually consuming. So the other day I ran these lights for about 3 hours and it took it below 50% on the battery. But keep in mind, you're talking 20 LED bulbs. So that's pretty impressive. And I could have run it a lot longer, or cut it down, but I'm trying to test these things out. So next test, here we come. Medical equipment. I personally currently have pneumonia, and so I'm using one of these nebulizers, and it works like a charm. I mean, check it out. We're plugged in, turned on, nebulizer's going, and I'll show you the drain here, which is very low. Now, if you had to have medicines that are cooled, you can use an ice maker with this unit. It'll make the ice, keep your medicines cool. CPAP machines, nebulizers, any kind of medical device that you need to rely on. Boy, oh boy, this is peace of mind knowing that if the power's out for a while, I can still take my medicine. All right, We got an ice maker running. Let's see what kind of power it's gonna draw. All right, let's see how it does running the 20 LED lights and a skill saw. We got her plugged in here. That's awesome. Now, one of the things I found that works really, really well with this unit is using the unit to charge other batteries for your hand tools, your drills, your saws, stuff like that, where you can use this thing, and it actually only took about 2 hours-ish to go from dead batteries to completely charged batteries, and it didn't take that much draw off the unit itself at all. So super impressed with the way that you can actually use it to use rechargeable stuff. Okay, time for a total torture test. This circular saw draws a ton of amps, and to be honest, I don't know how it's gonna react. I have not practiced this. We're gonna fire it up and see if it'll even run. So here we go. Now, another device I've charged up is this handy dandy, actually it's like a battery booster where if your car, your truck, or your tractor runs out of battery, if the battery dies, you can use this thing to actually, start your car. I have actually even used this specific one to start my tractor. That's pretty dang cool, but in terms of time, it only took about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes for the unit to charge us fully and at 100%. And now charging the system when there's no sun out. If you can't actually use the panels, don't fear. You can actually use a provided power supply and a regular old computer power cord. You plug her in just like this, you plug her around the side, and you are off to the races. Now, as you can see, it's charging. Pretty slick. Now, I will say that from zero, when I'd run the batteries down to zero, it did take about 11-ish hours to get it fully charged. But when you're talking about days that there is no sun out, that sure is reassuring knowing that you can get this thing powered all the way up, fully topped off, ready to use if there is a cloudy day or two. Now, one more thing before I forget. I'm gonna put some tech specs at the very end of the video after I say goodbye and everything. For those of you who wanna really dig in and see, oh, okay, they'll run this for X amount of time, this for X amount of time, because there's a lot of stuff in there that I'm not gonna cover because I didn't test everything that was on their list, but you can check out the list for yourself, so booyah. Okay, now earlier I mentioned I have a couple criticisms, and I do have a couple criticisms. They're small, but they're criticisms nonetheless. Now, one of the things that I would really like for them to do is come out with a Kodiak Energy branded extra battery bank. Now, you can put regular old lead acid deep cycle batteries, you can daisy chain them right off here. I just like the idea of having the lithium ion everything, and that way you could just stack them up, man, and that way you'd have power for a long time. Sure, yes, you can do that right now by stacking up the deep cycle marine batteries, but I would like to see something from them, branded from them. Number two, this is a minor criticism, but folks who are camping or want to have this unit in a place where you're gonna be sleeping, let's say that you're using this unit to run a CPAP machine, or you need some medical stuff through the night. Well, this glaring button is bright. And I know exactly what I would do if I wasn't thinking about it. I would take a piece of cloth and cover it. Well, the thing is this, if you're not very careful with how you cover it, you could be overheating the unit. And so I would like to see some kind of a dimming, maybe you press a button and it goes to like a night mode. That would be kind of cool. But I mean, it's a minor criticism because you can just cover that and it's not a big deal. However, there you have it. One more word on the sale that's going on. If you go and use the promo code Big Family, go through the link there. They're going to offer you 20% off plus an EMP proof bag. So if anything weird happened with a solar flare or an EMP, you're still going to be able to use your unit. You're gonna be able to use it, you're gonna be able to pull it out, have power in that, emergency situation. But not only that, they're gonna give you a car charger too. So if you're interested, the link's down below. And as a final word, I gotta say, I'm thoroughly impressed. Building solar systems, I've done it for about 10 years now, and there's no real one good place to compile all the information and know about batteries and know about amps and know about gauges of cable and what you can use in monocrystalline versus polycrystalline in the solar panels. I love the fact that I just click this together and now I got battery backup. I can power my daughter Grace's medical equipment. I can power, freezers. I can power all kinds of stuff. You've seen this stuff that you can power. And I gotta say, I'm just full on impressed. And with that said, check it out for yourself. It's the kind of thing where if you need it, you know you need it. If you're a prepared-minded person, you're gonna understand that this is a huge benefit over a gas generator. Gas runs out, gas goes bad. Generators that run on gas are loud, and if we were, heaven forbid, in a situation where people are starting to kind of come after other people because there's no food in the stores, or, riot mentality, all that nonsense that happens when society doesn't do like it always should do. People lose their nut. They just go nuts. And if you were in a situation where you needed power and you didn't want to advertise that, hey, I got a generator, I'm prepared, come take it from me. It's crazy to think that way. I know, it's nuts, but it happens all the time. Just look at the news. Our country is very blessed right now. But if you really look around, there's more chaos than stability. And so for me, having something that's quiet, being able to use the sun as my power source, where I just stick it out, nobody knows I got this, and I can power our essential stuff around the house, to me that's invaluable. So there you have it. Truth, Scout's honor. I'm Brad with the Big Family Homestead. You guys have an amazing day.